two priests of precious. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me here. I'm so glad to be part of this show. And I know you are also glad to come on this platform, Top Gossip 24 Words, Gossip 247. I'm streaming on both of my channels here. Remember, follow both of them because sometimes I might choose to do the live stream on one of them without the other. And sometimes I post videos that are not supposed to be on the other way around. I saw a video today and I was so sad. To be honest, I can show that video here. I can only send to you by WhatsApp. So if you want to see that video that I saw today, it happened in Nigeria and I can't send that video. I can show you that video here. It's something that is very funny. And when I see it, I ask if that country has lawyers, if that country have judges, if that country have a president, if that country have people that know what they are actually doing. And if you are interested in seeing that video, honestly, you can DM me on my phone number. I will send it to you. I send it to a couple of people and they've seen that video. Charlie, mean to me say, hey, Oba, any Bema on the street of Lagos, whatever it is, Charlie, I can't show it here, but it is. I mean, when I see it click, it sends something to my head that, oh, I understand why these guys are doing what they are doing and they don't care about what they are doing. I understand why they are doing what they are doing and they don't care about what they are doing. Thank you so much for being part of this show right now. This is your humble servant right here. Remember to subscribe, share, and comment below for more. We're going to do our best to make sure we give you the best of our platform. Today, I have a message and a response as well. A message, the first message go to His Excellency John Mahama. And that message alone has to do with what is going on with the Ghana, Nigeria, and the onion banter, whatever. And I have a video from our brother Cyrus, and then I have a video from one guy who has turned himself into whatever, a blogger or a Nigerian living in Ghana and doing all sort of things. I'll bring that video also here. I'm going to watch that video. After that, I have series of MPs that I have to bring them down here. There are series of MPs. There are series of MPs that I feel like they need to be addressed. And I'll bring those MPs on this platform, Top Gossip 24, World Gossip 247, and I'm going to address those MPs as well. But quickly, let's start doing what we have to do. I have a message for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama before I show the video that I want to show. So I want you guys to share the live stream to a couple of people that you know that they will know how to share that video to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to listen to some of us, because we are the people that queued and voted for him. And so we are saying that this and this and this are the things we feel like he is doing wrong, and he need to make sure he correct those ones. Dear Mr. President, this is an open letter. But before the open letter, let me just go ahead and read something that is appearing here. This is a strong message to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and a respond to the fake East London fake acclaimed Igbo King. This video is to discuss the growing concerns surrounding the alleged fake East London Igbo King and the reactions from the public. A strong message has been directed to John Dramani Mahama, calling for attention and action on the issues as tension continues to rise. We're going to break down this video into details and put a reaction, and then we're going to also do what we have to do and push the messages to the leadership, to the republic and the public trust. And then we're going to hold a couple of people accountable, or we're going to make sure that they will be held for proper accountability. Many people are asking serious questions and demanding clarity as the controversy to spread across the social media. Watch the full video and understand the situation, and then the message being sent. The keywords is John Mahama, East London fake Igbo King, and African news. So you're going to hear more from me on this platform, Top Gossip 24. Whatever I'm reading is what is rolling out there. And sometimes I try to put my glasses on so I will see it well, and then I'll read it out to everybody out there. Remember, you will share the live stream to everybody to watch me, Top Gossip 24, and then you can comment below. Now, the message I have to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is this. Dear Mr. John Dramani Mahama, this is a message coming from Top Gossip 24, a humble servant of the Republic of Ghana, a Ghanaian, somebody who knows how the NDC was formed, somebody who have been there for the NDC for a couple of years, somebody who have been there for the MPP as well, somebody who is a free-minded person right now and never want to follow any of the political parties in Ghana, but want to be free so he can share his mind and thought. I'm here today trying to deliver this message to you, Mr. President, from the people that I represent in the diaspora, and a group of people that I call Concerned Youth Alliance and APES as well, and another group that has represented themselves and coming up as Dangme United Force. They are also coming up. I'm representing these people and want to present this message to you guys. We want to present this message to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Dear Mr. Mahama, the message is clear. Ghanaians are getting frustrated. The market women said I should tell you that they don't know what is going on. The people selling in Abusu Okanda are saying that their jobs are not being taken from them. The people selling in Circle are saying that the shops are being taken from them. The people that are even selling by the roadside are saying that their jobs are being taken from them. Security-wise, people are scared on the street. And so they want me to deliver this to you, Mr. President, that the mandate for which we voted for you, we are not seeing those things. And so they want me to remember you, Mr. President, that you have to do your best to ensure that you have to come back to track and do what you have to do and stop following all this AU, African Union, blah, 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 and all that. I'm going to share to you guys a couple of videos. It's trending right now and coming to you from Ashaman and heading down there, and I'll deal with the MP of Ashaman, deal with the MP of Ponkatamanso constituency. I will share those videos as well, because like I said, there are some MPs that we need to deal with, honestly, and I'm going to do this without fear or favor. The reason is simple. If we don't do that, these people will think that we just have to come and vote for them. They go to parliament and go and do yeah, period. That's it. So, Mr. Mahama, the message is clear. And to be honest with you, I'm not happy with respect to the way things are going, Mr. Mahama. I'm not so excited about the way the way you are going about things right now is not the best, and the people that I represent want me to tell you in a face without fear or favor that you have to take your time and reflect and where you are going wrong and correct those ones. Otherwise, you're going to put the NDC into a total shame in the year 2028 when we have to go back to the polls and vote. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, that is a message that is being sent from my people to you. There's another message that will come in, Mr. President. Those messages will come in as and when I play the videos that I want to play from couple of people. The question also I want to ask is that, Mr. Mahama, we know that when you were in opposition, you claim you are a farmer, you were doing farming and stuff like that. Recent time, we've seen what is going on where Burkina Faso stop us from coming to buy tomatoes. It's as if Ghana don't have a land to even plow, to have farms land, and to even have onion and stuff like that. Mr. President, I'm asking, do we have land? Can we also plant our own stuff? Why is it that we are not doing that? And why is it that we are crossing the border to go and buy onion and crossing the border to go and buy tomatoes? That is the question that I'm asking. I posted a video a while ago where Ghanaians have been stopped somewhere in Nigeria in Seme. The last time we have one Reverend Ankara coming in, he explained to us how Seme and all those things come in. And now when I heard that people have been stopped, 52 Ghanaians have been stopped in Seme, I asked myself questions about the onion stuff. And I asked myself, did we purchase the onion from Nigeria or we purchased the onion from Niger? Now, according to the information I received, the onion was purchased from even Niger, and our drivers are passing through Nigeria. And these guys call themselves armed robbers, whatever. Now somebody coming in to claim that it was done purposefully. And I'm going to play that video from that fake guy by name Destiny or more. I'm going to play that video because I want you guys to listen to him. It means that they are doing it because we did it to them. Now, I told you guys about a month or two ago, right? When the arrest allows some be leaked out. I told you guys that those oils and those fried oil, whatever it is that was leaked out of port at that point in time, you know, some of those people that are behind Nigeria for count on yes, our business now, your chichi tracks now, or load and oil, and then those guys out of it, Nigerians until they feel like say ya monti Ghana for befa Niger akoto tomatoes onion tea and yomunso omechi na omodi aye den omodi aye counter attack on that. Now I ask myself, why should we go there to even go and buy onions from Niger? That's the question. Why should he travel all the way to Niger? We don't have enough onion. Is it that Ghana is lacking the farmland to plant onion? Is it that we don't have what it takes to plant onion? Is it that we don't have the Minister of Agriculture? Is it that we don't have what it takes to plant more onions? And that is why we are traveling all the way across the border from Nigeria to Niger to go and buy onion. That is a question, Mr. President. So, Mr. President, the strong message I'm giving to you today from my people to you is that there are so many things going on in Ghana and this border is not secured properly. But yet you want to open our borders. I don't understand why you want to open the borders, Mr. President. From the people that I represent, they said I should tell you that if you think, if you are listening government, like you say, if you guys think that you are listening government, the people that voted for you, killed and voted for you, said I should tell you, stop that idea, abort that mission, because you can see exactly what is going on. People enter into our borders, we don't do them focal. When we enter, this is what we arrest some trucks that were coming from Nigeria, come and do they are doing 419 business in Ghana. We arrest them because we want to make sure they pass through the process. And when we pass through the process to go and buy onion, they have the guts to arrest our people. And then, Mr. President, when you wake up, you're going to say that, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm still the president of the Republic of Ghana, Ghana and Nigeria are going to be one. Mr. President, I think at this point in time, excuse my language, there's something going on that you don't know. Mr. President, I think that at this point in time, like people keep saying, it looked like you have been hijacked, not even in the realms of the spirit, but in the realms of the physical. You have been hijacked and you don't know exactly what is going on. It's like somebody is telling you something that you don't really know, Mr. President. Look, this issue that we're talking about here, it has traveled beyond the friendly whatever you think you have in Nigeria, Mr. President. We have to call a spade and tight our borders. And I'm going to use this opportunity to say that anybody that is going out there in Nigeria to trade, you have to think of another way to go trade. Find a way to trade. Because you see, they are going to start, the feeler I'm getting is what I'm going to tell you. They are planning to do a lot of things going forward. When they hear that the Concerned Youth Alliance and a couple of people, Ghanaians, are putting things together to demonstrate, these are the things they want to do. And like I told you, these are the strategies you are putting on a way. And so when you want to do this, somebody will say that, oh, you see that when you see that people want to demonstrate, no, they arrest on Ghanaians in Onion people, they stop them. These are the things they have started already. And some of us, our ghost team are working on it 24/7 to give us the filler. So if you think that we don't know, those that are planning all this, we know your plans. You are not going to stop Ghanaians from doing what they want to do. You will not stop us from going ahead to do this. So, Mr. President, if you don't know, we are telling you that we are hearing this. This is a strategy. These are their plans. They want to stop things coming on their way. They think that they can. They have it. Okay. Now, I have another video that I have to show to you guys. And I'll take my time to show you a couple of videos. It is very, very important that I show you all those videos that I want to show you, as well as I want to show you things that is happening out there. So we have arrested them, so they want to arrest our people. They did the wrong thing. Oh. They came into Ghana doing 419. Oh. They came with their trucks to come and do 419. We arrest them and we were demanding them to do the right thing. What did they do? They went back there to go and form vigilantism or whatever they call it to arrest our people, Onion, just to pass through their border. And then we have Mr. President saying that he's going to open our borders when we have people arresting our own people at the borders. Mr. President, His Excellency John Mahama, you see, the African champion you want to be, the Kwame Nkrumah look alike you are trying to present to the world. I'm telling you that you have to abort that mission. This mission, you have to abort it. And this is what people are telling me to tell you on this page. I have a bunch of people telling me that. And I'm representing them. And I'm telling you that you have to abort that mission, Mr. President. Time to abort that mission. Time to abort that mission, Mr. President. Abort the mission of opening the borders. Because your counterparts are doing the wrong things. Your counterpart, instead of them doing the right things, they are doing the wrong things, Mr. President. So abort the mission of opening the borders. Abort the mission. This is the time of even securing the borders more. If people call themselves robbers, can stop 52 Ghanaians with their trucks passing through a place. Oh, Mr. President, this is the second time this is happening. It happened in Burkina. And Burkina banned Ghana from coming for tomatoes. Now you guys went through the back door through diplomatism or whatever to open it again. And guys, people are going there to buy. Mr. Mahama, you see what is going on? If it is bigger than you, come out and let's discuss all this thing holistically as a country. Because you are trying to are not ready to open their borders to you. You want to open the border to people who don't want to open their border to you. So where are we going? Where are we heading to? Where actually are we going? Where are we heading to at this point in time? You want to open your borders, but people will not open their borders to you. We arrest their people for doing 419 in our country, for illegal trade, for buying things and passing through Lungu way in the port. Because we arrested them, now they are forming vigilantism to arrest our people at the border in Seme or in the village in Seme. And then when you sit, you want to tell Ghanaians you are the president of the Republic of Ghana, you want to make Ghana and Nigeria one. Mr. President, Ghana and Nigeria can never be one. No. The thing is, we are totally different. Ghanaians have their own way of doing things, and Nigerians have their own way of doing things. Like I told you guys, when I was coming to the studio, a friend sent a video to me. And if I show you that video, you ask if Nigeria is a country or is a zoo. I swear. If you want to see that video, I can only send to you because it's just like a blue film. It's just like a blue film, guys. I don't know how I can put that video here. I wish. But if I put that video here, I know I will be blocked. I know I will be blocked. So, but if you want that video, please DM me. I will send it to you. I will send it to you. See what you can do to. I don't want to play it and say I'm blocking some part of it, and I don't want to. But if you want to watch it, it's just like I don't know any country that such a thing can happen. I'm telling you, I don't know which country such a thing will happen. A man and a woman, broad daylight, doing their own thing. When cars are just horny and trying to throw them off on the road, they are still doing it without even, they don't care. Do you think that a country with a president, a country with people with sense will do that? I'm telling you, I wish I can show you. I wish. I don't know. Maybe I can play the video. Okay. I can play it. I can play the sound. I don't know. I wish the sound will not cause any trouble. But you know, it is funny. Let me see. I will just play the sound quickly. So you guys, I wish I will show. I wish I will send that video. How I wish that I will be able to show you that video. I don't know, but I'm thinking of what to do. Wait, the video is here. Let me play a little bit of that video. I don't know how I can show you guys this video, but I think okay. Now let me take a screenshot of that video. Right, I'll take a screenshot of the video. I will not show the video itself, but I'll take a screenshot of the video and show you what is going on. Blood day life in the afternoon, a country. I will show you guys. This is the reason why we don't want to bring such people into Ghana. This is the reason, because when you bring them, the things they will do, don't worry, I will show you the video. I don't know if the voice will not make anything crazy. Guys, by the roadside. By the roadside. You see, it's not like the two of them are mad. They are talking. They are having the proper conversation. It's funny. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. People are just making pee, and this man and this woman. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know. See, unbelievable. In Nigeria, this is happening live. And look at the guy. He was, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Now, these are the people our president is opening the doors for to enter into our country. I wish I will show you the video. I wish. But if you really, really want to see the video, folks, please, I will send the video to you, because I don't mind sending the video. You see, I don't know where you can post this video. Perhaps you can, I don't know where you can post the video, but if you can post it on TikTok as well. It's explicit. It's crazy. And I don't know. So what I'm saying here is this. These people, they don't know what is law. They don't know what is rule of law. So when they enter into the country where there are proper rule of law, it becomes a problem. When they enter into a place where there are proper rule of law, it becomes a problem. They can't control themselves because rule of law. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let me go play this video from our brother Cyrus. Let me play this video from my brother Cyrus. And I want you guys to listen to Cyrus very carefully. Cyrus made a lot of revelations, I'm telling you. And I want you guys to listen to it carefully. And that is not the full video. This is a short video from our brother Cyrus. I believe most of you can go watch the full video on his platform. But the kind of revelation Cyrus, Charlie,
ladies and gentlemen, the government of Ghana has a decision to make on how our food security should be handled. What is happening now is an embarrassment and a sign of worse things to come. Take it from me. First, it was Ghanaian tomato traders being killed in Burkina Faso on their way to import tomatoes. Then the Burkina Faso government banned tomato exports to Ghana. We managed reversal, and now Nigerian onion traders are holding Ghanaian onion trucks from moving out of Nigeria. Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, Nigerian trucks carrying in Ghana were seized for non-compliance reasons a couple of weeks ago, and therefore this was a retaliatory response on the part of our Nigerian counterparts. You block my goods, I block yours. That sort of thing. You do me, I do you. Just this morning too, we are told of armed men storming the Ajane Kotoku onion market in Accra to take over the market, ladies and gentlemen. It is really embarrassing how the central government of Ghana is just watching on as pockets of problems arises on our food in the country, the food supply. There has to be some level of government control and intervention, whether administratively or through production, ladies and gentlemen. The supply chain in this industry needs a government involvement as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, the opportunities are begging for our government to make a move simply because of at least the 3 incidents I just described. There is a lot of opportunities begging on our government. But before I get into the opportunities, our government, first of all, needs to resolve this scuffle with Nigerian Traders Union as quickly as possible. This shouldn't, folks, the goods are said to be onions, which are highly perishable, which should be resolved immediately so we can have the onions coming in. We are a very, very vulnerable people because we depend heavily on imports for most of the foods we eat. That makes us very vulnerable, ladies and gentlemen. And every time I have to watch, and sometimes the number of tomatoes and onion trucks making their ways into the city, it feels something is terribly wrong somewhere inside this country. The vast majority of the foods we consume are imported. If there should be another global and cannot move, if there should be a lockdown and exports are shut down, ladies and gentlemen, and ports are closed, if there should be a war and the Atlantic Ocean is inaccessible, this country, Ghana, our economy, will be completely wiped out in the shortest possible time. The last time that happened, ladies and gentlemen, in 2020 and 21, Ghana's local currency against the US dollars went from somewhere 5 Ghana cedis to $1 US to 14 Ghana by the time the lockdown was over, all because we didn't have enough domestic supply of anything. About 80% of our refined petroleum products are imported. Our onion, our pepper, our tomatoes are all imported, ladies and gentlemen. Canned tomatoes and tinned fish are all imported. If our neighbor countries decide to deny Ghanaian food trucks of entry, ladies and gentlemen, if they decide to block us from entry, we are in. Ladies and gentlemen, the president cannot continue like this. He says he is a farmer. I believe him. He talked about farming while in opposition a lot, which I believe is the right way to go. He actually has a whole manifesto talking about a farm program for Ghana while in opposition. He needs to embrace this responsibility to stabilize this country through domestic production, especially in agriculture. Our food security cannot be in the hands of other countries. Niger, Nigeria, Mali, and the rest are not even in a peaceful state of mind to be dependent on in the first place. These countries don't have that peace of mind, first of all, for us to depend on them. It is unwise, therefore, to be dependent on countries heavily under terrorist attacks for your food supply. Let us not waste any more time, ladies and gentlemen. Let us not wait for another casualty and then we go looking for another supplier. We need to do something going on, something that has the state involved and has targets to meet.
All right, guys. So this is short one from our brother Cyrus, right? Problem here is, instead of Mr. President consider working of these major problems in our agriculture sector, he's rather actually doing opening borders and opening gates and opening stuff for other people to enter. And that is where some of us have the problem. You understand what I'm saying here? We have a problem because I see that instead of him doing what he need to do, he's not doing what he need to do. He's doing something else, to be honest. And he's rather allowing people to come and enter into our country to come and rather suffocate us, to be honest. And there's something I want to touch on in the next 5 minutes to come, and all going straight to His Excellency John Mahama. Now, the point here is we have to spend more time to solve the problems we have than to open foreigners to enter into the country Ghana. You're not solving the agriculture problem. We're not solving the tomato problem. We're not solving the onion problem. And like our brother Cyrus is saying, we are rather depending on countries that they have problem with terrorists. Countries that tomorrow, if something happens, they will not be able to stand on their feet. These are the countries we are spending our time and our energy going there to go and buy things. Going there and go and import things. Instead of us to sit down and come up with a plan to get our own stuff, we are rather investing into things that are not even going to yield food on our table. That is basically what it is. I'm sorry to say that, Mr. President, when it comes to security and agriculture, you are failing woefully. You are failing woefully, and we have to tell you in the face. You see, if you can't tell him in the face and you hide and start telling him, you are not telling him what you have to tell him in the face that, Mr. President, you are failing when it comes to security. You are failing when it comes to agriculture. We are over depending on countries that we are not supposed to depend on. And we've left everything ajar. Everything is going wayward, and we are happy about it. We are just happy because we are having a lot of people coming from all the walks of life coming in Ghana. And people that are not supposed to sell on the street of Accra. Now the street is full of people who are coming from elsewhere because we are not able to provide full security for ourselves as a country, Mr. President. These are the things you have to tackle and forget about the bigger dream that you have in your head, trying to open the borders to every African country, Mr. President. Whoever is coming to you with this idea of opening things and going and signing trade, whatever, foreign, whatever, with Okujeto Ablakwa signing here and there without looking at the security aspect, or without looking at how many police officers we have against how many citizens we have, then at the end of the day, we'll be in problem. Because if you open, let's say we have 35 million Ghanaians, with our police officers are not even up to 50,000 or 5,000 or 500,000. If you divide it, at the end of the day, we're going to be in trouble. So if you open and we have so many people entering into Ghana without having proper security system and the policing system to take care of this, how are we going to cope and manage this, Mr. President? We need you to rather focus on some of these things and leave this idea of opening the border. Because if you open the border, I am telling you, our police officers will be overwhelmed. Our immigration officers will be overwhelmed. Customs will be overwhelmed. And we will not be able to do anything. Because at the end of the day, we'll struggle to do the little things we want to do. Mr. President, it is very important that we have to say this. It is clear we have to. If we don't say it, at the end of the day, we don't know what we are going to say. We have to say it the way it's now. I have one person saying that whatever I saw that I want to share, it is part of the rituals. That could be true. I think it's no correct, because I see the guy. I think the guy is having something to do with that mad woman on the street. And if not because of ritual, if not because of rituals, or it's not because these guys have been asked to do this in the broad daylight to be able to make money, I don't think he'll be able to do that in broad daylight where cars are passing by and people are calling and people are making ping, and he's still doing the same thing. These are the people who want to open the border for. Come into Ghana instead of come and do rituals and stuff like that. To be honest. Now, I will address this Igbo guy in East London. Now, we thought that the South Africans have finished the demonstration. Guys, folks, it's yesterday, my Ghost team, I posted that video a while ago. Yesterday, and if you've not watched it, I entreat you to go and watch. The South Africans are still demonstrating. Yesterday, they went on another match, a hot one for that matter. Then they clashed with the police. They clashed with the police officers on the street yesterday. They've not stopped. And that is why I'm saying that we have to do our best to join hands together to do this match. It's a peaceful match. We have to do it. Don't ask too much, because we are doing it to save Mother Ghana. I've not heard anywhere that the South Africans are asking for money before they will go and do something. But we know that if for people to go and do one or two things, they need to have transportation. Yes. So that is basically, but let's all come together and help to do this. Stop over demanding on unnecessary stuff that you are not supposed to demand, because that is not going to help. If you also want to support, we are calling everybody to come together, because the South Africans are still doing it. They are still protesting on the street, because these people we are dealing with, they are lawless. They don't believe in the rule of law. In their own country, people are walking on the street, having their own pakpakpa on the street. They don't care whether there's a car passing by, and you can see this gentleman, everything is outside, and he's just doing it because he doesn't really care about what he's doing. To be honest, when I saw it, I asked myself, is Nigeria a country or is a zoo? Because it's only in the zoo you can see an elephant with his things outside. Though. It's only in the zoo you can see animals with their things. But you see human being doing this thing on the broad daylight, and the woman was pulling this guy together. It's as if they planned it before they want to come and do it on the street. And everybody, people were watching. Somebody came trying to even beat them up to stop. No, they don't want to stop. They are doing it. These are the people our president want to open the door for. And they are closing their doors. Okay? When we are opening our doors, they are very, very fast in closing theirs. When we stop them because they were doing fictitious stuff in Ghana with their trucks, and we stop them, now they go ahead and stop ours because we are doing the legitimate stuff. They stop us. It's sad, honestly. It's very sad. We have to wake up as a country. We are sleeping. Our leaders are in fifth gear. When the citizens are sleeping, some of our leaders they are in the fifth gear. They have already slept and they are in the fifth gear. As a country, it is very, very sad. Honestly, when I see things like this, Charlie, sometimes my head, it me pie me because I feel like why all these things are going on? I didn't Ghana. Why? What kind of decisions are our leaders making every day? Anyway, there's one video also I want to show you guys, and I have some videos coming to me right now, and I want to address that as well. Today, I said is on some of the people that we are supposed to deal with. I've told you guys there are some MPs. There are some MPs. You don't worry. I have a long way to go today. So let me deal with the John Mahama and his people. And then after that, I'll bring these things and come and talk about it. It's very, very important. I have some videos coming in already from Ashama. And I want to show you guys how the whole place look like if there's an MP there. If you are watching me and you also have something going on in your village and you think that your MP is not doing anything about it, please make sure you DM me quickly. I will deal with it. We will deal with it. Let me go take those videos. They are not long videos though, but let me show you these videos. They are not that long, but I think that will help the purpose. Oh my God, look at that. Don't worry. We're going to deal with that, guys. We're going to deal with that. It's very, very important. If we don't deal with that, there's nothing we want to deal with again. I'll play one video also from one of our brothers. I know you guys know him very well. There was Nana Jana. The name, I think it's Nana Jana or so, whatever. he also said something about these Nigerians in Ghana and all this trouble that is going on. I saw a video about him. I'll play that video. I want you guys to listen to him also, okay? And tell me if you feel that what he's saying makes sense or not. This is very important. Please remember to share the live stream, guys. Share the live streaming. We've been here for 43 minutes. We've been here for 43 minutes. Today, I'm going to open the phone lines. I'll open the phone lines as well. So please remember, I'll open the phone lines. If you want to join us, you are welcome to join. I'll open the phone lines as well. So if you want to join us, remember to join us as well. Now, quickly, let me deal with this because we are dealing with John Mahama and his administration, right? And with some of the MPs. There are things they have to do. They are rather not doing that, and they are out there. They are thinking of opening the border. Sorry, guys. Guys, it's not easy. Sorry. Now, there are things they have to do. They are not doing that. They are rather opening the borders to people. Now, let me bring this guy. Let me bring this guy quick. Okay. There's this guy I want to talk about. I'll bring him here now. How many people know this guy? If you're in Ghana and you know this guy, tell me. I'm bringing his picture here. How many people know this guy? How many people know this guy? This is the MP for Kpong Katamanso constituency. And his name is Honorable Joseph Akwete Tete. Honorable Joseph Akwete. Okay. Now, this guy have been in parliament for almost 8 years old. Now, I'm going to show you something that will blow your mind. These are the things. I keep saying that John Dramani and his team, there are things you guys have to do. Instead of you guys doing what you have to do, you are not doing it, and you are rather going about signing things, trying to open the border. You opening border. And show, if you know this guy is the MP for Kpong Katamanso constituency. This guy have been in parliament for close to 8 years. If I'm not lying, I stand to be corrected. I've never seen him in parliament saying anything, one single word. He's always there doing yeah. Now, honorable, listen to me. I know you know me, but I don't care about it. I'm telling you today that if you don't solve the problem within the Kpong Katamanso constituency, you will lose the seat in 2028. I'm telling you on authority. Listen to me carefully. If you don't solve the problem and the road issue in Kpong Katamanso constituency, you are going to lose that seat because I see that you are doing totally nothing. I'm telling you without fear or favor. Matisse, I hear say, they give. They give, they give anything. I'm telling you on your face. And if I see you today, I will do the same thing. You've been in parliament for close to 8 years. You've not even spoken in parliament before. Mr. Speaker, hardly before you hear him say Mr. Speaker. He's always sitting, not saying one word, sitting there, not even mentioning, and not even saying anything about his constituency. Now, I'll show you a video of his constituency. And you see what is going on. It's sad. The whole road, the whole place. And honorable, for close to a year now, the potable water system, pipe, that's supposed to flow from Ashama all the way to Zenu, Kubekro number 1, number 2, down. That water is not coming. What are you doing about it, honorable? What actually are you doing about it? I'm asking you questions. So what are you doing? If somebody is listening to me, please share it and let this man know that I'm saying that if your MP is not doing what he's supposed to do, please send the name of that MP. Honorable Joseph, the question is that how much work have you done so far Honorable of Pokatamansu, how much work have you done so far on the road from Ashama to your village? The road from Ashama to your village, Honorable. Go and look at the road. You only just go and sit in parliament and say, yeah. I'm coming also to talk about Sam George. Wait for me. There are things, and Sam George, honestly, Sam George, I like you, but you are becoming too much on social media. I'll come on Sam George very soon. You, Mr. What is the name? Joseph. The road is absolutely very, very bad. And you are doing nothing. There's no pipe. No water. People have to buy water for 100 cedis, 200 cedis to do their daily chores. And you see, the problem with you is this. You have water flowing from your village, Apollonia, that you can link that water down to the other people all the way in number 1, number 2 going to Katamansu. You are not doing it. Use this opportunity to call on the former MP, Nilaya Futiagbo. I believe strongly you know the situation. Please, and please again, talk to this guy. Otherwise, I'm going to make sure he lose the seat in 2028. I'm going to make sure he will lose the seat. For once, NDC will lose that seat. Listen to me carefully. Those that think that some of us, we've not been NDC before, we know what you are talking about. That seat have been an NDC seat for decades. The road have been there like that for decades. It was like Nilaya Futiagbo's time. They did the road and they put the light and they put water. That water, nobody knows what the problem is. Nobody is telling the people what the issue is. And you are not even visiting the village folks to tell them what you are doing to solve their problem. All you know how to do, dress yourself early in the morning and go to parliament and go and do honorable. You see, if you keep calling yourself honorable like that, at the end of the day, I'm telling you, I don't care whether you are related to me. I don't care whether you are related to my family. I'm going to tell you what I have to tell you. Straightway. I'm going to tell you. Somebody say Honorable Sam George is in bed with the Nigerians. I'm coming there. Sam George. Let me ama you a gami 1 or 2. Honorable. Ke osumo no ba hwe ohi ahye ona. Honorable ke osumo ni oba hwe ohi ahye. Min kebo. Ke jemene kata beni afie na ba mu. Water issue any on akanjeme solve mo. Road issue any on akanjeme solve mo. Kaje na kan 2027 to 2028 wasu beye she. I'm telling you. Wasu ebeden ebeye she ankasa. I want to tell you that there are people in the constituency who have what it takes to manage the constituency. I want to also tell you that there are intelligent people in that same constituency who are capable of doing more than what you are doing. It is only a privilege that you have to an MP. I'm telling you. So please, don't go far with that. The next time I will have somebody showing me videos of what is going on, I will bring a lot of things. Now let me go see the video that I have about that. Today I want to deal with the NDC proper before I will go to these Nigerians again. I want to deal with them, honestly. Where is the video? I will deal with them. Because look, we can't continue like this. We can't continue like this, honestly. So you see, that is the area of this honorable. This is a shaman. Honestly, the road is very bad. From Ashaman all the way to number 1, number 2 to this man's village. His village, oh. I'm talking about his village, honestly, not somebody's village. His village, Apollonia, that road is bad. The road is super bad. You see, this is part of Ashama. This road is like they are working on it, but they have that place crown. Oma jahoda dust any foot through. That's the any future and a road. Now, instead of you guys to focus and deal with these things, you are rather going about opening borders for people. Honorable. Instead of you to deal with this. Instead of you to deal with this issue in Ashama. Instead of you to deal with all these problems in Ashama, you are not dealing with it, honorable. And you are rather sitting in parliament and saying, yeah. It's your government that is in power. Your government is in power. So, honorable, I don't want to say much about this. I'm saying that from now until the end of the year, if I happen to send somebody again to go and check what is going on, give me video of exactly what is going on, honorable, you will not like it. I'm saying it. I don't care whether you are related to me, you are related to a brother of mine, or you are related to a family. I'm doing my work the way you are also doing. So make sure you go to the Kpong Katamanso constituency, especially from Ashaman to your village, where the road is totally terrible, honorable. When I see the road and look at the road, I don't want to call you honorable. I'm sorry to say that. Very, very terrible. Let's call a spade and be free. Now, let me also show you something about Sam George. Hold on. So I'm coming to Sam George. Let me show you something about Sam George too. It's not about staying on social media and talking Sam George. That is not what we are talking about though. Sam George. You have to go to the ground problems for your people. Yeah. I'll show you something else about. Hold on. Sit tight. I'm coming. I'll show you something about Sam George. It's very, very important. Guys, don't leave yet. I have something piled out there for the fake Igbo leader in what do you call Cape Town. I have another video piled up about what one guy. I know that guy on social media. It's an NDC group. Why a video be about that? I will show you that guys that video also. I have a lot of video. I have one video also here where one guy is explaining one or two things about these Igbos. So stay with me and share. Stay with me. It's very important to stay. Now, where's the video about Sam George? I'll show you the video about Sam George. It's very important that we bring Sam George also here and deal with it. Sam George, if somebody is watching and you are related to Sam George, this is part of Sam George's constituency. And the last time this gentleman showed us a video of a school, if you see that school, you vomit. Honorable Sam George, whilst you guys are going around boasting and making drama over whatever is going on in Ghana and trying to open the borders that you are not supposed to open, there is a school building in your constituency that is at the verge of collapsing, yet students are always going to school inside, honorable. See, you have to do something about it. It's not about talking. If I were you, we will solve the problems in Ghana before trying to allow people to come and impart or come and enter. We've not solved all our problems, yet we are allowing people to come in with their kids, to come and be in the same classroom that our kids are in that is already full. Now, let's listen to this guy. Today, I'm on the NDC.
Of the Republic of Ghana, teachers, this is where the teachers have been coming to toilet or they have come to ease themselves. So how comfortable would the teachers be to teach our children if this is where teachers, this is the 21st century, 1965 toilet, 1965 toilet, and this modern world, our teachers are still using, and you think the teachers will teach their children to their best according to the comfortability that they are having over here? You think the teachers will be able to teach the children very well? This is the toilets of a whole teacher. Who made you a president? Who made you a minister? Who made you an MP? Who made you assemblyman? Who made you whoever you are? And every single position you are occupying today, the doctors and whatever, all of you passed through the teachers before you became who you are. But look at where those people.
This is the part 3 of that video. The part 1 and the other part 2 are talking about the school building. The school building, Mr. President. You have one of your ministers Even Sam George is very active in parliament. We all know him in parliament. We know he talks in parliament. We know he contributes in parliament. It's not like the other person that I took out a while ago, who have been in parliament for a number of years without hearing anything from him. So Sam George is active a little bit. We all know. But as a minister of state in charge of communication, Honorable Sam Jatta George, this toilet that this guy is showing, it's not good though. Please, you have to do something better that they can flash it. There are so many ones that are there that you can do. We see, this one is shito. This one is shito. We don't need this, Honorable. You guys have to up your game and do something better for your people. We are getting sick and tired of you guys coming to social media to come and tell us a whole bunch of stuff. And then when somebody go to your constituency, they'll go and see a total mess. Something that is a mess. Please, we don't want these things. If I ever get a video of any of you in your constituency again, trust me, I'm going to do what I have to do to bring it down here. So, Honorable, this is in your constituency. We don't want Sheto. If you guys want to allow foreigners to enter into Ghana and we have Sheto, then we don't know where we are going. Let's solve the problem of Sheto before we allow people to enter. Now, if you allow all those people to enter and all of them have to go inside this Sheto, how many of them can go inside the Sheto at a time? Honorable, how many people do you subscribe that will go into this Sheto without coming out with sicknesses and infections? What are we doing to ourselves as a country? We need to wake up. Mr. President, wake up. Sleeping, wake up. Because at the end of the day, we need to do what we have to do. For me, I stand against opening the border. I stand against the dual citizenship. And I stand against anything that will compromise Ghana. We have to make sure we build Ghana. We do, our agriculture system will stand firm. We need somebody that will do things the way it's supposed to do it. We don't want to go and be buying tomatoes from somewhere and they'll block us and all that. We have to grow our own thing. And people that are having backyard, please try to grow your own tomatoes at your backyard. Ghana for bebre akwadro too much. Bebre akwadro too much. Let me call a spade a spade. It is call a spade than to call a spade another thing. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Most people are too lazy to the sense to say, instead of them to do a small garden to have their own tomato and their own pepper, they will not do it. And then we'll go and buy things from somewhere else. So Sam George, please, this is in your constituency. This is the part 3 of the video. The part 1 and the part 2 talks about a school building that is at the verge of collapsing, Mr. Minister. Don't come to social eyes with people, go and solve the mess in your constituency. It's like Honorable Joseph Akwete. Go and solve the mess. Go and solve the mess. I send somebody to send me videos and I will bring you back here. Go and solve your mess. Oh, yo, I don't care. I don't really care whether you are related to my sister or something. Do your job. I'm doing my job here. So you also need to do your job before I bring you up here. And that is why I'm calling on Honorable Nilaya Fotago. Please call the MP for Ponkatamansu constituency. Call him and talk to him. If he refuses to do what he needs to do, he's going to lose 20. Even the promise, I'm going to do everything I can for him to lose the promise. He will lose the promise because he's not capable. He is not capable. That's what I'm saying. He is not capable. I don't know how come he become the member of parliament of that constituency even. I don't know. I really don't understand how that happened. Honestly speaking, I don't know, because when he was campaigning, he literally cannot talk. He have people in front of him talking for him every day. People always talk on his behalf. So I don't know how he became that honorable thing. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Anyway, saying that people that can do this job should come up and come and take the mantle and do the job. So Sam George, this is for you, okay? Honorable Sam George, this is for you. or I will come on you one of these days, because now you are going about signing, and you are signing all form of these things across. Whatever you are signing, make sure that you are doing things well in the terms of security with Muntaka Mumbarak. Because Muntaka de Yehuno, Muntaka kra, Yehuno. I'm telling you. So whether he's sleeping or Muntaka is also not there, only God in heaven knows about it. So please, we need you guys to do your job. Honestly. Now let me go quickly and deal with something else. It is important today. me dealing with all these people one by one. Because see, until we force them to play nonsense, they will never play nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? Until we force these people to play nonsense, they will never play nonsense. So let's force them to play nonsense. We have to force them to play what? Nonsense. It is better we force these people to play nonsense. So we have to force them to play what? Nonsense. Let's force them. It's very important. I've done 1 hour already of my time, and I have a lot to go. Let me go quickly and show you guys this right quick. Let's jump into something that has to do. Yes, there's this lady also that I saw her video. Honestly, she's giving it to government. Woto. Let's listen to her.
The disappointment where they disappoint me, boss. I don't know who you are behind that account, but it's true you are talking. True you are talking. Make I tell you people something. Today I did there. I see say Mr. Standogbe. He dey pulpit talk, they talk say Ghanaians deserve job. It's not, are you people not even ashamed? Basic necessity. Even if jobs there, you people know what they do. People say for lobby. You just make our lives so fucking difficult, motherfuckers.
You hear that? Do you hear that? I'm telling you, people are very piffed.
The pure water 15 Ghana, we no go buy you.
Pure water, common pure water, 15 Ghana cedis. Oh, says yeah, pure water, 15 Ghana cedis. Ebusia, tie. We are in hardship. Instead of Mr. Mahama to solve the hardship, he's rather going about opening the borders to bring more people with criminal ideas into Ghana. Pure water.
We go hit the street, we go demonstrate. 15.
My sister, come and join us. Let's do the demonstration together. Come and join us. I know you are around somewhere in the Volta region. You are welcome to Accra. Let's hit the Mahama. Getting sick and guys, I think I'm having internet issue. I don't know, something is going on. Guys, I think I'm having internet issue. I see something flipping there out there.
Pure water. We don't need go buy your burgers. What people they tell we? You come, have you increased our salaries? Have you given us jobs? You are coming to increase water. You are not even ashamed of yourselves.